Hi folks, today we're going to talk about Van Halen's Somebody Get Me a Doctor. This is a really good track to get you started on Van Halen. If you haven't played much Van Halen before and you're a bit scared of it being some crazy technique stuff, then get started with a few of his mega riffs like this one. So Somebody Get Me a Doctor. Now this is tuned down in E flat. Most of Eddie Van Halen's records are. So make sure you're down to E flat. So the bottom string should sound like this. And then you can play along to whatever I'm going to show you, and also the track itself. So to be able to play this, I'm going to show you just very briefly how it goes, and then I'm going to show you how to make it sound good, which is the all-important point. So get yourself an A power chord, open, second, so it's a 3-note power chord. Now he actually plays this chord at the same time as doing this pull-off. So you get a pull-off from the 3rd fret to the open string, so it sounds like this. So you're playing the chord, you won't be able to hear some of the chord because you're muting it off with that second finger. What's important is the pull off, but you're still kind of getting a little bit of the chord there, like this. And then after that, you get 2 muted notes. So you're going to strum those, not all the strings necessarily, but just a few strings, block them off over here, and then get that muted sound. So you get just like that. Okay, after that you get the open string again, and then on the middle 2 strings you get open and second. So altogether that would be, and the next part is a big slide on the A string to the 7th fret. And then we get back to the middle 2 strings and play the 5th fret. And then this next chord here is a D sus4. You get a D sus4 like this, which he sometimes does it like this in other songs like Panama. Like that, but this time we're not going to use the root here. We're just going to have the top 3 notes of that chord. So you get that chord. This is a D sus4, a D flat sus4 with Mo and E flat, and you just come back to a bar. So we're just using those 3 strings there for those chords. So the D, G, and B string. And that's it. It's just a slide to get back into the original riff. So all together, nice and slow. And that's the whole thing. Now let's talk a little bit about how to make this sound good, because you could just go and play like this, which would be in time but wouldn't really sound that good. Okay, so and I prefer it to sound something a bit like this. This is more Van Halen. Get that difference there? This is very important. The groove, putting the groove in, the life, the nice feel into the music. So to get that, it's all about accenting and the careful use of the palm mute. Okay, now Eddie Van Halen is just the master of the palm mute. You know, he can really control it to all different sort of degrees, and he uses very, very subtle amounts, you know, to things, and that really helps you to get the accenting and the groove right. So first of all, these 2 notes are quite loud at the beginning, and then this A, the A that comes up after that, that's a slightly palm muted note, very, very slight. So after you do the 2 mutes, a little palm mute, then these next 2 chords here, he kind of shortens them off, so you get like that. Instead of them both being long, you get, and that's where you kind of trap the plectrum, or the pick. You trap the pick into the strings like this, so you kind of prepare early. Okay. Then after that, on comes the palm mute again for this slide. Just a tiny palm mute. You don't want to do it too much so that the slide gets lost. Then don't know if you can see my right hand there. In fact, it's mainly the open string that gets muted off a tiny amount with the palm mute. So you get bat, ba, ba, some accented notes. And the ones that aren't being palm muted, you want to really dig into them with a slightly angled plectrum. You might see this on other videos. Really, really important point about the plectrum. You don't come in straight onto the string. You come in with a little bit of an angle onto the string. It gives you a nicer tone. You can experiment with this. Paul Gilbert talks a lot about this on his videos. That's the angled plectrum kind of sound. So just angle it a little bit, not so much so that it scrapes like that, but just before that point, you get the right amount. So you get all together. Okay, and there it is. Thanks for watching.